Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of PPJ-A. And this is
Pumla,
Primah,
Joel,
Alan.
The world wants to see Alan, but one day.
They can't manage him.
So
His broad
guys,
shoulders.
today
And-
not
and
every
shorts.
day. They want, no, did you see how
And
guys said
tattoos.
it?
Tight shorts, yeah.
tight shorts.
And how guys
and-
said saying, we think he wears glasses.
Yeah.
We think he's brown.
But
on
is
the
he or
shorter
is he
side.
not brown?
He's on the shorter side, yeah.
He is a black. I just know we are discussing colors. So
Everyone in this set is black. Just
kindly.
dark.
Yeah.
Dark beauties,
So
yeah.
as opposed to every day, how are you, what, you know me. I've been trying you guys to get these guys to play a game they've jumped. Today I'm in the hot seat, they are dead. They're going to play a game. Now but we'll get ready for a game.
Thanks for thinking.
No, Mama, it's this game. I love to play this game. Do you all have your alphabet in your head? Oh yeah, I have my
What does that mean?
Alphabet. We're going to tell a
I know the
story.
song.
Oh Lord.
We're going to tell a story using the alphabet. So just in whatever language.
Okay.
So you can, if you reach a letter and you can't, but you know a sentence in another language, you are.
Okay.
Like if we reach B, you say "Vanange," something like that, right? Does
We're
it make
going
sense?
We're going
Not at
till
all.
Z?
We're going
What you're
to
saying?
Z.
Okay. So
And the
everyone-
story has to make sense.
So you said just one word, or
You
you
just
said
said
a sentence?
a sentence, the story has to make sense. So I'm going to start, right?
Okay.
So for example, so
Wait,
that's what I'll do
wait.
with A. So we're going to go like this,
Oh.
right? Oh no, or we do choop choop and then
You
Alan.
first say give us a
Okay, so
demo.
let me give an example.
No?
But
That's you. Out!
No, yeah.
The game is for out.
No, it's not for out. Actually, it's so bad. Mama,
no.
we're starting.
Okay.
Okay. All the kids born in 1985 are making 40 this year.
So do I start with B?
Yes.
But
make-
imagine,
Let's cut that out. How are we going?
Alan, I thought it's part of us.
Oh, you
But imagine-
is that just a sentence?
Yes, it's making sense. Yeah.
She just forged by the way.
Now we've understood. Now, woman, now
Yeah, now we've understood.
Now we've
We go back,
understood. So we
yeah.
start again,
now,
right?
okay, yeah.
Oh crap.
Same. All the kids born in 1985 are making 40 this year.
But imagine there are those that
Can't tell their real age.
That's so good.
Denying that they are actually quite old.
Ebenezer for how far they've come.
What story is this?
far they've come.
For how far? Ebenezer.
done my sentence.
ABCDE.
She said they said
Hey, far they've
Be
come.
serious.
Pumla is good at this game.
G. What alphabet is it?
It's E.
She was Ebenezer was
F,
F.
G.
F G.
God willingly, this game will go well.
Holy hell, it's not going well.
It's really trying.
Jack shit it isn't.
Kill me now.
Let me restate the point.
Many people are growing old this year.
No gambage.
Omwana no.
Oh man, no.
MMOP. Pumla is one of them.
There's only one word that starts with P.
Oh, quite true.
By the sentence, has to be at least 4 words. She's going. PQR.
PQR. Quite true.
Resonating with all the babies born in 1985.
So let's continue.
Terrible.
PQRST. Under this discussion.
We are all master's graduates.
V. Am I V?
Yeah.
Virile. Say it.
What did you say?
You don't
I'm
remember.
completely.
You don't remember. You will never remember.
What did you say?
I said terrible.
Terrible. And you stop there.
And
I love this
discussion.
game.
Under this discussion.
My other half of the family is German. They have Vava.
You can even use Luganda. Va wawo. Va wogende.
What is it always carrying?
Vavo now.
Yeah, but
Because of that and
va
Vavo now.
now. Whoa, no.
The xylophone.
It's
Just the xylophone.
Yeah,
yeah.
xylophone fell down.
Never do this again. never do this again.
We have done it. Anyway, all those kids born in 1985, Pumla is one of them, and she is turning 40.
Imagine. But you know how moments. Bambi people, let me tell you. As we shoot this episode, I'm 39. But imagine, by the time you see it,
You'll be 40.
yeah.
So,
Bambi, thank you so much. First of all, the topic of today. And this sweets and carbohydrates.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of us are defying the odds.
So first tell me.
I think
I think
You couldn't bring for me something to open this thing.
very.
You know when they said Q, when they
like
said
that.
Pumla and then Q, I thought Primah was going to say the queen that she is. Call her quiet.
She was too concentrated on
I said, there's only one word that starts with Q. Queen.
There's another one.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is so sweet.
Beautiful.
Where is my
Sweets for the
camera?
sweet Pumla.
This is how people should receive gifts.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Papa.
Thank you.
Now let's see who they're going to ship me with.
To that
Happy birthday, baby girl.
Bambi, thank you guys. That's so sweet.
Midterm access is coming. Ooh, 5 years.
A whole 5 years.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's a lot.
Don't worry. We'll be there.
So, in the spirit of turning 40, you know, guys say how at 40 everything changes. They say everything changes. They're like, women don't care. At 40 they enter about what, but then they also no, they enter that stage of I want to use holy words, but they enter that I don't care phase.
I hear about that.
Oh, I don't give up.
Yeah, that one. Of at 40 people are very, you know. But people also say that at 40 your body really changes, right? And you see 40-year-olds, 45 guys are beginning to really care about what they eat, what they look like. You guys have jam at 40.
No, we're saying where are you going? Where are you driving? Where are you driving this conversation?
Maybe my body changed at 30. That's when I can say
Oh,
the
wow.
real
Second
difference.
puberty.
was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
30 was my is when I started to realize what I put in my body literally shows on the outside.
Oh, wow.
Very quickly
At
and takes
30.
long. This decade.
I realized it at
sure.
10.
Can we put a photo of her at 10?
Are we going to
Right
put
here.
Are we going to had better Alan, you had
Put
better
that
photo,
photo
guys, please.
and then
My
put
street
a few
cred-
years later. Thank
Show
you.
that
We
photo.
can't. I can't.
Thank you.
We can't.
I can't. You know, first of all, on some groups when they put it,
They said we can't.
I stopped talking.
must, it's-
I hate it so
You
much.
guys, my DM.
DM.
Yeah, you message us. We'll
But-
share it.
Message us individually.
Yeah,
Bad
we'll see.
picture. So today we're going to talk about body image and identity. Generally, what you perceive, what you look like, and how that influences how you perceive yourself as well as how the world perceives you, right? And as we usually do, we are going to go back straight from the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning,
All right.
And my first question for you guys is were there any messages in your home about beauty, about body image? Was that something that was emphasized? Did anyone as a child ever say something about your body that stuck with you and that influenced how you felt about yourself, about what you looked like on the inside, and if that influenced how you felt about yourself? Hey.
See,
Where do we start?
Mine, no,
Have
for
a
sure.
Are you serious?
Never at all. Never at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Neither good nor bad.
It was not no negative, no positive.
Okay.
The conversation about appearance is maybe you should have defined body image. What we look like.
Okay,
Appearance.
yeah.
So this is just physical.
Yes,
what
physical.
we look like.
What
from
you look
outside, what
like.
we look
So
like.
weight, height, color,
Nothing.
shape.
So that didn't, in my household, in my home,
Yeah.
honestly, that was never a conversation. Whether negative or positive, there was no affirmation about anything. Nobody ever said anything about
Yeah.
anything. If anything, I think I remember, and that's the thing that stuck with me the most, is my for relatives on my mother's side, they always called me an iteso. They always said that I
Yeah.
look like an iteso.
Yeah.
So me, I think that was the only thing that I realized that people attribute your traits, your traits,
Yeah,
to
to
your
our
tribe,
tribes,
to,
yeah.
to tribes. That's all I
Yeah.
knew about. And again, it was not said
Badly.
in a negative way
Okay.
or in a positive
Okay.
way. The only thing I think I truly remember is, and again, anyway, maybe I should explain where that stems from. Maybe my parents, again, and I think it's the conversations they have in households,
Yeah.
my kind of household,
Yeah.
is that everyone had their thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in our home, beauty, I swear to you, was smarts.
Pamela, are we
Anyway, the
same
oppressive
person?
home of the
Yeah.
Ours
brainy
was
people.
literally smart.
Yeah.
I literally did not see anything outside. It's only when I was older, like a teenager, that I started to realize that boys like a certain kind of girl. And I started to realize that that kind of girl
Yeah.
almost looked the same.
Yeah.
That's where I saw that.
Yeah.
And that was like in my adolescence, maybe 13, 14. And still, it said nothing about me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. So for you,
Nothing.
so for you, your identity has always been related to intelligence.
Yeah, for me, mine has always been, and I don't know if it's about intelligence, it's about,
academic school things.
actually, it started academics. It's
Yeah.
only when I was older that it kind of translated into academics.
Okay.
I mean, into intelligence, and that intelligence also was, I was able to apportion and say, every child born on this earth was given their thing, so everybody must leverage theirs.
Yeah.
It was never that person is more beautiful, so they're going to be looked at and treated better. It was for you, what were you given?
Wow.
And why can't you use that? Because some people, it's just that, and it's natural, like it's biological. People say, like lighter skinned people or prettier people by society standards are treated better or seen better. But you know that even biologically, physically, like the eyes, even when child babies, they'll never tell you, show that baby a black toy.
Yeah.
There is no black toy.
Yeah.
They're always bright colors.
Yeah.
Alan, is
Because
this true?
the eyes see,
Yeah.
scientifically, the eyes see
Brighter.
fast.
Yeah.
So if you're born of a certain skin tone,
Yeah.
of course they are going to see you before me.
Yeah.
That one is obvious. And even look at us here now, we are all the same color. But because Primah is in pink,
Yeah.
a shouting pink,
Yeah.
you're going to see her first.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take away from me. It just means they'll see me, but maybe later.
You're also here.
And what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Like for me,
Yeah.
it's always been, so now when it's your time to shine, what is the gift you are given?
Yeah.
So for me, I swear to you, beauty is just that one thing that, because society has defined what beauty looks like, they will be seen first physically.
Yeah.
But everybody has their
Yeah.
thing.
And,
So
and
that's
primary
it.
school, like as a child?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's
guys.
everything you, eh?
Mm-mm. I think also the type of school I went to,
Yeah.
we were mostly all kind of homogeneous.
Yeah.
That was never a topic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Me, I started hearing these things in the big bad world.
Yeah.
In the adult world, but still because my foundation had been set, it just never really affected me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I saw what it was doing to other people and I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
That's it. But one thing I would say maybe, which I don't know is related to body image, it was just that my mom is a nutritionist. So for her, I saw her, she had a thing about weight.
She cared about her weight.
She cared about weight, about
Everyone's weight.
Everybody's
She would
weight.
comment.
Even in a diaper, she could talk about your thigh.
And
And say that
really.
you're not eating the right foods. That's
Wow.
why your
Nutritional
thigh
man.
is not. You're not supposed to be that weight
Yeah.
at that age.
Yeah.
Again, for her, and I think that's why for me it has always started. It's never really been about how you appear. My mom just taught us that how you feel within and what
Yeah.
you put inside your body always reflects on the outside.
Okay.
So it was never really about the image, it was how do you feel? And are you sure you feel good in that body
Yeah,
of yours?
yeah,
That
yeah.
was just
Did you say what you put inside?
yeah, what you put in usually reflects outside. And
I
this
must
can
have eaten a
this-
baddie.
and this was like even like when we were like, and of course there are exceptions to the rule. Because I remember she used to also say about like when people have those pimples and when they break out, it's usually in times like of stress. Because when putting in the body is not just nutrition.
Yeah.
It's what are you feeding your body emotionally,
Your soul
mentally, your
and
soul.
yeah.
What are you feeding your spirit, your
Yeah.
soul? It will show on your outside.
Yeah.
So me, I was just like, if it's something that I cannot control, again another thing I was if it's something I cannot control, work with what you can.
Yeah.
And you can control, like if you can say, when I'm black, if you want to go and bleach, go.
Go and bleach. If
that's
you
what
think
my
that's
mom
what-
was-
yeah.
It was always, how do you feel?
Yeah.
And really from within,
Yeah.
not externally.
Yeah.
So this body image, I won't lie to you, I learned it on the streets of Kampala
Yeah.
as an adult walking
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Kampala is
Yeah.
for business, man.
Muhumza.
As a child, I just remember reaching Adolo.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, you can play mob, come into the house, take a shower. When first I didn't like showering as a young boy.
As a boy.
But
didn't
I
shower?
remember
You
I
didn't like showering?
but
You
like,
and,
of course,
and
have to go
many
and
other
shower.
boys.
Yeah,
But I remember
yeah.
coming in one day and then my dad going like, "What's that?" And That's the first time I felt self-conscious.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm smelling.
Yeah.
And he began saying like, why are you people doing? Like he was irritated.
Yeah.
And I felt like, oh my gosh, I was very self-conscious.
How old
and at
were
the
you?
same time, I was what? 13? 12, 13?
13-year-old.
And so, you know, that car- that car-
Can smell.
What have you been
You
smelling
enter
13
their
years?
room.
And she has a son.
Oh,
A
you-
son.
okay.
But their room can smell.
Yeah. They can't. No, let me
Tisha,
tell you.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you. I went to Budo to visit my brother. those
And
days.
you felt like a voobs.
And I entered Nigeria House. Banange members of Nigeria House. I said honorable members.
Of course, it had to be Nigeria.
Oh,
Really?
No.
Of course,
I
you are
entered.
Mutesi.
South
You are
Africa
Mutesi.
or England?
It was South Africa, of course.
South Africa.
my
You
God.
go to
Come
South
on,
Africa.
come
No,
on.
I was like, I don't remember the last time I smelled some. Then I saw his friend sleeping on a mattress that does not even have the mattress cover. You know that phone? It's just
Really, that's a normal day
Friends
at the
visit you.
office.
Ugandan
exactly.
schools.
I could not. I wanted to tell him, Banange Mkhasa, or whatever. Why don't you against that? Nothing. Guys, just they are laughing. They are angel. I said Adam. Then he said, yeah, don't worry. It's because of all that toilets. I said members. I'll never. Boys.
No, we can survive many things. It's when we become aware of girls of like, maybe
Yeah.
I should freshen
Yeah.
up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and my voice was also breaking.
Oh,
So I remember
that's that.
my dad has bad jokes because I was talking and he was like, and he was like, they stop, goats are coming to the house. Yeah, so it was just,
Yeah.
I didn't feel self-conscious until I was growing, and I think between S1 second term and third term, I grew about 3 inches. Because I had
Yeah.
pictures where I was just
Ah, you had
standing
a
next to
growth,
the girls, and I was,
yeah.
then all of a sudden,
You're
I was
just-
now lanky,
Yeah.
and I felt awkward in my body. Because like now they see you anytime you show
Yeah.
up. So for a while I used to slump quite a bit. So I had to work on my posture.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember this teacher saying, why are you sitting like
I
that?
think it was
Oh, okay,
girls
hold back.
who did that slouch too.
Nah, I also didn't
Cover
want to
up
be
their
noticed. 'cause
height.
like,
They,
when
they
like,
cover
you
up their height.
Height. It's girls usually.
The one that like someone in our home when she
When she got boobs.
started like wrapping
Covering,
really tight
covering.
until she was like, I'm even feeling pain, and they told her no, it's okay because she
Yeah.
developed them like in
Oh,
P6.
yeah.
So they were like, hey, and you don't want to be the one who stands out. So I just remember I didn't want
That's
to stand
it.
out.
Why didn't she meet me who got them
Why?
in P5?
You got boobs in people.
Again,
You
let's
guys.
put the picture.
Everything I started early.
This
They
this
were-
talking point, were
Are you
they big?
serious?
What are you saying?
So now I
Primah's question, were they big? That's where she decided to go.
am.
No, it's just I remember feeling.
So for you, it was that car.
Yeah, but my dad really loving sports, and then my mom had that. She was really slim, and then when she had my sister, like her weight gain was really
yeah.
rapid, and I started seeing that she started dressing quite different,
Okay.
and it was
Yeah.
noticeable. And I'd be like, hey, Mom, why aren't you wearing the other dress? And like I think at some point we were, pricking at her, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
But we just saw that, she started changing where she was dressing. Then like, now I'm going to start taking some dietary pills and all of that. So it was there, but you just pick it up from how are people responding to what's
Yeah.
happening. And I only noticed it when I felt like I don't want you to point out that when I'm going to say something, I don't know what voice is going to come out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that thing. So, and then when you said that thing of if someone gets upset and they get pimples, I was
Yeah.
thinking that is a horrible. Imagine you get pimples anytime you got annoyed. But I had really bad acne for a while, and trying different
Yeah, but the
soaps
hormonal
and
one is
things.
different. The one of
Yeah, so I
teenage
remember I was like trying
age.
different soaps and
Puberty
things, and they
is
just said,
different.
it's puberty. Just
Yeah,
allow.
it's
And I
Yeah.
think it's a funny joke of nature that the time when you're most self-conscious is
Yeah.
when those things are happening.
Are happening.
But luckily for me, I was like one of the first people to go through it. So when it happened and we were in class and they were talking
You
about
moved
it,
on.
I was like, okay, it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the other thing that happens.
Which
two
one?
boys,
Which one?
The one that wear the in the
What
bed.
are you talking
The one
about?
when they
Speak in
in the
English.
bed. Do you know what I'm talking about? When
Okay,
they
okay,
in the bed.
okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, emulsion.
Wet
Yeah.
dreams.
That starts
That's
when,
those
by
ones.
the way?
Uh-huh.
When
I
does
don't
that
know. I just
start?
remember many times you see someone carrying their mattress and
Outside, eh?
and they said, did that
I
one
see.
also like, oh, did he?
But what
the
was
other
like
one.
the reaction if someone is carrying their mattress out?
No, you
like how did
just-
members?
No, you'd have to do it surreptitiously. You like
Okay,
climb
okay.
very late, or very early.
But
in
is
the
it that
morning.
much? Is it that much of wow? We have to take it outside.
But boys, you
Isn't
like.
it? Yeah, it's never that much of
Boys
wow.
like.
Let's take it outside in the sun. It's just put it and then you clean.
I didn't know you're an expert on emulsion.
Ah, dear.
No,
But it
but
can't be that much of needing, is it?
No, but it's just that you're self-conscious about has it come into your stuff. So I remember I wrapped my sheets. And then
okay.
just
Oh, but not the
threw them away.
mattress.
Not the
Yeah,
mattress.
but I remember
Manga,
seeing
by
a
the
person
time it's
carrying
the
this mattress, and I
mattress.
thought, yeah, that one has real. You must have had like seven
I
things.
know that.
Or that time when you're in the bathroom. You know, when boys, they just have to do the motion. But you know,
You watch what I would do.
yeah, you know, the double barrel gun. But there's also that time when you're in the bathroom as a boy and you are discovering yourself and you think nobody knows.
Yeah.
They think you're taking a 20-minute piece.
What are you discovering? Your
You know, at some point you touch
My
your pee-pee and
son's
you're
showers
like,
are so long. And let me tell you something. So I used to use my room has a bathtub.
Yeah.
My room has a bathtub. So, and you know, I don't like to shower in the bathtub. So his room, the guest area, he uses the guest bathroom.
Yeah.
Is one that has like a nice shower and everything. So I used to use it.
Yeah.
Last year, he asked me, but
To
Mom,
stop. Yeah.
why do you use my shower? And I was like, I'm sorry.
that's me time.
First of all,
It's my shower.
it's my
Now.
shower.
Yeah.
I paid for it, I bought it.
Yeah.
But then also because he's at a stage where he has many sleepovers. His friends come over a lot.
Yeah.
So when they are there, but of course they wake up at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Then I shower in the morning. So I go, I shower, I leave. But it hit me then that you're using a teenager's shower. I literally had to
Carry your things and
remove.
leave.
No, I broke down my bathtub and reconstructed it to put a shower, like a real proper shower. And now I understand. And it's after those kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
Because the boy can shower.
Yeah.
The boy can shower.
So, yeah.
Him and his friends can shower.
Hey, Alan.
No, but
The
I
last thing you want during sharing is knowing my mom was here 1 hour ago.
or can come anytime. Or he's going to use this after me.
It takes you back. in your
Got something got stuck
concentration
on a
levels.
wall. How is it?
You know, I knew where this was going. I didn't relate to that analogy. I was going to say, like, when a plane is about to take off, at a certain point, it is taking off. Whether the plane is up, then the plane has taken off.
I think boys the ones who don't know how to clean.
Yeah.
So I was bound
this thing
to
is not
find
going to get
something.
rid
Yeah.
of you. So is this where you thought this question was going to
I
take
had
you?
no idea this is where we were going. There's a story I'm wondering whether to say or not.
You
to
can
say.
say it. Does it involve
say,
someone?
you
else?
I say.
An affidavit.
Anyway, about this, and Alan, I'm coming to you about about this whole thing of boys. So, my brother, Bambi, he has suffered. He's there. He showers also for very many hours. And that worries my mom a lot. Those days when we were still in high school, it would worry. Yeah, it would worry my mom a lot. So there is a time he would come back, and then he said for him he would sit onto the toilet and sleep, like, and just forget, or like, so he would be in the shower for like 2 hours. So there's a time it's locked. My mom is knocking. She's like, "What is happening? What is happening?" And then he's really like slept off, and then now he wakes up. And then he opens the door, and then she slaps him, and then she's like, "What were you?" I know that.
Mama, every story, as long as people are telling us a story about her mother and her brother, there is a slap.
There's always violence.
There is always violence.
I tell you, keep a slap counter. So let's keep one slap counter.
I don't know that she slapped or she shouted, but anyway, they get into a thing. Oh, now why were you about? No, so she, my mom, I think she didn't know that terms. She's like, now why were you fornicating?
Why were you masticating?
He's like, I was not fornicating, I was sleeping.
But also, let me tell you, those oldies didn't know anything. Do you know when I was being...
I in fact was not fornicating.
First, tell me, what did he say?
He said I was not fornicating, I was sleeping. Even if he answered it.
He was saying that the shower is still running.
No, I think it was just, I don't even know the entire story, but he just told me, Grandma told me I was fornicating.
But not that our parents didn't know that.
They didn't know,
You know, when
yes.
I was suspended at a certain point in my life, and they caught people kissing.
Yeah.
But if I tell you what was on the suspension for, suspended indefinitely for oral sex out of school boundaries. Because oral, they were saying oral sex is the mouth.
Oh, wow.
So we are doing oral sex.
That's why they suspended you.
Yeah, that was
And they
what was
said,
written on the
can
suspension.
you imagine?
for-
So your father
for
read oral sex.
He read oral sex.
He said it must have been.
And they picked me up with
But had you
someone
been
else's
kissing?
daughter. I wasn't part of the kissers. But there were people there kissing.
Yeah.
You were providing oratory to them. You were
I
discussing.
was a tomboy. I wasn't in those
Yeah,
things.
you were like,
Back to a PhD one intel.
Oh. They really knew.
So for them, they're like,
Oral sex. Now imagine, so
The
when
mouth is
when
supposed to
they would be suspended or they would call your parent, we had the guys were their punishment tree. So they would pick you up from there. So they would, you first go to the headmistress's office, then you come out and they've just now they've hit it and made the parent annoying.
Yeah.
Now they slap, they give the girl who like, who I picked up just before me. Actually, she saved my life because I saw my father coming behind her. Like, he's annoyed. But when he saw this, that girl fell on the other side. He was also like, now he's also spent time saying, it's okay. No,
it's not that,
children, they are just misbehaved, let's go. But I had seen him also coming for me.
They were going to give you
sex.
Are you sure it wasn't Primah's mom?
I know, clearly. Alan, body image as a child. No, did you have time for body image, dear?
I first saw a mirror when I was 7.
I didn't know what I looked at. Like, until high school.
15.
What I'm going to give is actually more profound than my usual sad things. I come from a family. My grandmother, my dad's mom, had like 3 men who fathered her children. So the thing that's not the weird thing. I mean, women back in the day used to do it, right? The guy would die, and maybe she would meet another, not like at the same time, different phases. So she had like a completely dark one. Then she had like semi, then she had like a white man. So my aunties and uncles were like, there's like whites, then there's like those, and then there's like the other one. So growing up, it's like, the color thing was such a big deal. It was even like those who were like brown went and also made sure they got like browner partners or white, because they all wanted their kids to look a certain kind of way, because maybe they thought that's what our grandmother was going for. So there was a thing, there were cliques. They were growing up, there were like cliques of like the brown ones, this, that. We grew up telling us that this is the kind of person you're supposed to get because you want your kids also to look like you, stuff like that, which was okay until when I grew up, I realized how it affected the brown, light-skinned, handsome ones. That's what they were being called. Because they were being told, like, they're being worshipped. Oh, my son, you're so handsome. You can't do that. Oh, that school, they're beating you. No, you're too handsome to be beaten. Oh, my girl, you're going to be a model. You can't be this. So it turned out that all my cousins who are like on the lighter side, if I look at their lives now, you can't compare them with those who are like on a... Because these other ones realized they had to maybe actually be the ones who finish school, the ones who have like the mask, not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way.
Yes, but most of them.
But the darker ones made it
the darker
more
ones,
in life.
Yeah, they made it more like they focused more on school and things like that. But like some of my this is where
we focused on studies.
You leverage on what you have.
Yeah, this is where anonymity helps me in this case, because they won't know I'm talking about them. But the guys are the ones, like even up to now, it's about like the looks are everything. Like even when you talk to them, you're like, I know I'm too handsome to do that. No, I'm
by
too
no
beautiful
fault
to
of
do
their
that.
own. That's how they were.
I have many cousins who ended up like dating. Like how they began the socialized things in Uganda. The ones who are dating the chameleons, the things like that, because they felt like all that they could offer was that. Even all the jobs they were getting, they're becoming models, not models, like try to hook up a rich man's thing because you look this type of color. And I even have aunties who, at the second part of their life, had to go abroad to meet like the Danish men, Swedish men, because they kind of they were all turning towards that. So that affected me in a way, and I saw that was all you could offer was just your looks, right? And I think I was able to hit a point of like changing my kind of understanding. But for a long time, you grew up thinking like if at school, you're in P4, you see a beautiful girl, you think the brown one is one who is beautiful, and the natural girl is not so beautiful compared to the other one. Until you get
Now he has mixed the Gandhi name and the shade.
So for me, the color was just being
color was the thing.
I remember they also had those two groupings. They had really light skinned and the dark skinned. Actually, the dark skinned now
for them
they
academics.
They really were raised to believe that the other half were the prettier ones. Most of them bleached actually. Most of them. The other half got depressed because they were looked at as like they were lesser. They are not validated for anything. Again, remember they were rich. Until God gives you looks, riches. Oh, Magis. They had riches.
Yeah, someone not in those three.
That is true. Not God gives everyone everything. People just don't know the gifts they've been given, but they give you something. They just use the exceptions to the rule, where there's a 0.03% that can have all, that can have two. But most people, you have one. It's more significant. So now these ones had riches. So for them, in their mind, it was like, okay, we have riches. Now the other ones also have beauty. Now as we are rich, we have riches, and we are ugly. They were not the brightest in class. As well. So for them, it was like, now why is this life? Where is it taking us? Everything they favor the other. And those kids, I remember even, their clothes were even different.
The brown ones had doper clothes than the black ones.
Than the black ones.
I remember.
I remember.
I can't but
anyway, me.
I'm not to bring in my mom as usual, but I remember her saying something about.
mom counter.
Okay.
But she was telling other people, but then I eavesdropped. She was saying, me, I always thought my sons will get white women.
That's what you
because she married into that family.
Yeah.
And that's what she kept seeing.
Yeah.
And she made that comment, and that's when I was like, okay. I think that's one of the moments I had to think about it. I was like, wait, these guys consider one particular type of color as like it's a thing. So, tended towards the opposite at a point.
Wow. Anyway, mine.
Body image.
Body image, banange. We've been wrestling since we were children. But body image, very similar. I feel like our stories are so similar, Pugla. When I think about my home, we grew up, at that time we were 4 girls, right? There was never anything about beauty. They neither say you're beautiful nor you're ugly. We don't consider that stuff in this home. We consider school. Very exact same thing. School, we consider. My dad had no time. My dad had no time for beauty or anything. So actually, one of the questions I have is these days, my friends that have children, I see they are so big on telling their children, you're so beautiful, you're the most beautiful child, you're a princess, and so I don't know how that is going to. We'll see how that will. Yeah, but for me it wasn't there. But I remember in school, in primary school, there are 2 things that I remember, 2 stories, and all of them around P3, P4. I remember the first one was, Mom, it's so bad in this country as a child. People from northern Uganda were really stigmatized when we were children, right? As long as you're from the north, there's always been a stigma about northern Uganda in the country. So I remember one time a child asking me, oh, what's your surname? And I said that to girls, and they said, no. I said, what? They're like, you must be called a team. But then I cried. I cried. I said, how can they call me a team? Why would I be a team?
You're not a team.
Do I look like the teams? Like, it was such a... And so... No, I know, by the now I have absolutely no problem. Of course, that time it was just stupidity of children, but it was such a stigma. So I knew that I felt like I always felt like that meant I was a little too dark, like you're a bit too dark. Yeah. So I had it at the back of my mind. But remember, at home, where I feel like the biggest influence is, it's not emphasized, like it's not a thing. So it's there at the back of my mind, but like it's not really. That's P3, P4, like as a child, right? That's young. So I always knew I'm super dark, but I leave it there and I'm like, okay, Kali. Then I remember again, around the same time, they are weighing children. So everyone, no one cares. So they go, this one.
Bring out the other picture.
They were weighing children.
I don't remember what it was, but it was at school and we're all being weighed. So everyone would go and stand 24, 26, 20. Bananga, I went and stood 41.
Wananga team.
A team was
a team's weight is not corresponding with the name. A teams were tall and slender. Or small and slender.
Bananga, a team was 41 kilos. And I remember I was the biggest, like it was the most, because imagine you're in P3, you're how old? You're 8. You're 8, right? You're about 8.
Yeah. But were you actually 40?
I was actually 41 kilos. So I've always been chubby, right? So I was the chubbiest class, the chubbiest 41 kilos at 8. I was like a round ball.
Anyway, you couldn't be
so I remember I'm the biggest in the class. I'm like, there's a problem here.
If you had visited
I would have never believed until that picture. That's the truth.
By the way, you guys, if you DM us,
if you dare land on that picture we are talking about.
The picture itself, you drop it like this.
Okay, if
when you broke the picture, you drop the picture, it's like douche.
Okay, if we make 50,000 views, we'll drop the picture.
That one, Kawa. But anyway, Bambi, I was a team who was 41 kilos. So in my head, I knew again, because it wasn't emphasized at home, it just registered as
somewhere, subconsciously.
Something is not okay here, and I kept it in my head. Yeah. So, but then because they were leading with Magezi at my home, which I was working like that one. No,
but in P3 you told us.
Remember, until now it's changed. It changed in P3. It changed. Okay. So now that's why I said I was working. Okay. So now I was like, the thing I need to emphasize is
your
Magezi.
brains.
Kubanga this color and weight.
Now what?
Yeah, we are not going to. So now we move to teenagehood. Did that change in school? But teenagers have bad manners.
The same. I thought we answered that question together.
No, yours
I
was the
told
same.
you at the beginning of this conversation that you're going to ask those questions separately. We finished.
Okay, now
we spoke about teenagehood.
Yeah,
we
let me
about
enter.
coming in the bathroom. We spoke about singing.
Let me enter my
You tell us
Yeah.
yours. Tell us your
Yingira.
My teenagehood, I think I began to compare. I think in school I began to see, that's something that you said, you begin to see that boys like a certain type of girl, and now me, I did not fit that particular look, but I didn't care because I'm looking at Magezi. Then I remember, I'm like, that's the one I care about. So I remember the thing that really now registered something in my head was Sosh. Sosh.
But your Sosh, did you have S4, S6?
We had S6,
okay,
S5, S6,
okay.
S5, S6 Sosh. Again, I know I'm a bit
For
chubby.
the youth, Sosh is prom.
Prom,
yeah.
So now prom is coming, and I'm like, okay, no one really cares. We're going to shop. You guys, I went shopping with my mom, and I couldn't find anything. All the things were small.
Where did you go?
Downtown, where mothers take their children. All the things were small. I was like, I think there's a problem here.
But you were not the biggest thing.
No, I was chubby. No, you're forgotten. You're forgotten. You have really forgotten.
No, do you not remember?
You've forgotten. You've forgotten. I was really, really chubby. So in my head, I'm like, Banange.
And the Jolly.
Those two right come together.
Rubbish.
We look like the number 10 when we stand next to each other.
I
know, Jolly and Chubby, my time.
How is she? She's Jolly.
And Chubby.
Yeah, we call her big deal.
Okay,
let's stop the jokes.
Anyway, so I remember I look, nothing fits in my head again. So it never, for me, it never ever really, it was like an issue at the back of my mind. No, my mom is calling you guys. If I show you my social pics, I was wearing a mini suit.
Because that's what could fit. As in the one that
she looked like secret
work.
No, it was like, those matching. Like a matching set of a skirt and a top nainga, it's stretched.
I've explained it to you that was the suit that people would wear in adulthood to work. That's all that they could fit you because that was the size.
Can you imagine? And then I had a sharp shoe.
Hello!
I was the MC.
Oh no!
Shabby Jolly.
I was such a great time. You guys have so many, and I fainted.
I was also the MC at our school. Imagine, see us now. Still talking.
Anyway, so the things don't fit, and in my head I decide something needs to change about my weight. At 16. 17, 18, actually 17, 18. Yes, such time. And I remember I stabbed myself in S6, but I stopped. I real stabbed myself. I remember there's a day I ate yogurt and I wanted to cry because I had stabbed myself. I'm like, I have to lose this weight. I lost weight. Then Vac came and I said, bring chips. But you
are losing for what?
Just it's a subconscious thing of you have to really.
I need to do something.
Yeah, I need to do something about it. And so anyway, so for me, my point is, I think it came in. It was always an issue at the back, but then it came. It as I grew older, it reared its head further, and then. Yeah, I would say things have changed. Things are changing. Have changed. Yeah.
Why? Because now you're the shape and size and
form.
form.
No.
Society.
Now we've arrived.
No. What are you talking about? You are still the same looking Jolly Chubby. You think Jolly Chubby of 39 can talk?
Not at all.
You said you fainted?
I fainted at Sosh, but anyway, I
so because of not eating?
No. They served
you ran. You guys, she said they served food late. So she passed out as the MC. It's been a while.
I did. I did Bambi with Michael MC Kasoma Medic. I know.
While she was going down, okay, what?
I did. No, so you guys, now we're coming into, so we've talked about childhood, early adulthood. Now, have things changed at all for you, Pumla? Have you ever had any body image issues? Has that changed for you?
You really killed me with your story. Yeah, but so let me explain why. So today, I only just became aware now of what society literally deems as beautiful. Like I can list and say these are the features that society will look at and say, this is a beautiful person, or an attractive person, or this is the, by societal standards, the right body that you should look like, that is adored. And I think there are two things I remember that used to come out strongly that I did not have. That I don't remember feeling self-conscious about, but I became aware of them. Probably, like I'm very sporty. I think 3 things maybe. I'm very sporty. So my whole body is fit. I'm a sports woman. Actually, swimming defined my body from a young age. So I have like literally a triangular shape. I have broad shoulders and I come down here. I have no hips, I have no bums, I have no nyash. So those people I think even Mohozi abused us sometimes.
This week he
told us that he's arresting us. Women who are just walking around without nyash, just there like that, they are coming for us. So I've been in that category.
You didn't see it?
The nyash is a
Oh, you see, the algorithm knows who to target. So for me, they came to my feed because they were talking about me. They were talking for me. So I realized that there's a certain girl who has this curvy waist and is curvy, and now me, I also delayed to form. So even my boobs, everything about development, body development, came much, much later. So much so that even the few hips, this is concave. I was literally concave. Concave, convex. Concave, convex.
This is concave, right? And then convex.
Remember, we said we were the smart ones, but see us.
And we said that's what they cared about.
I feel only brain. So
like concave, convex.
Just enough to get a job. That's it.
Like it's even only later, my body literally started to fill out in my 30s.
You're kidding me.
Literally, even after having a baby, I swear to you, people would look at me and ask, even random border men would ask me, Mom, what is this? They started calling me mommy in my 30s. But I used to be sister, baby girl. I was so small and little, and I was at my smallest when I gave birth. And when the smaller I am, my features were real defined, like I was like real tomboy. So there were 3 features. I remember my bums, lack thereof, and mine tomboy.
It's sporty.
Sporty. But not so much anymore. Not now when I started put on like a weight and lose that muscle that I really had, the body just started to fill out a bit. I was aware of it, but I don't ever remember being self-cautious. What I remember is society's bad manners. There are people who, they are inside, they project their insecurities on you. So when they sing for you, you're okay, you're fine. There are people who I think are just not happy seeing other people just happy, regardless of how they are, what they look, not caring. So people used to attack me a lot about that thing. That's why even if they called my car bum a brick. That yours is like a brick, it's an ironing board. Like they'll just KB.
And would give a snap about it.
I didn't realize that they were trying to make me feel bad. It's only later that imagine someone trying to make you feel bad and you're not feeling bad. Because you're literally ignorant about, like what is the word? I was so oblivious to it that was a bad thing. Me, I just think we are all there in our bodies. What's the problem? I had mine too, when I would wear a dress. Actually, I remember there was a period where, again, and mine was not so much that I was ashamed of it. It was just that I didn't like to be the center of attention. So if I'm walking and I have tumbo and someone is calling out that, hey, Nange, those muscular legs, those man-like legs, right? It's attracting attention. So it's not like I hated them or I had a problem with them. I just didn't want to be the center of attention. The one that people are talking about, calling out. Now everybody's turning. Whether they were laughing or not, I didn't really care. It was just like, now they are looking at you. Can they not look at you? As in, why is it you? For something, for what you look like, for something you can't change. So for me, it was just like, and then I remember I met a lady called Nantumbwe. A girl.
She has Nantumbwe.
I was like, why would anyone name their child Nantumbwe?
They saw what was coming.
Why would you name someone Nantumbwe?
And it's real, but it was not. Was it Chikonde?
To be honest, I didn't notice.
Okay.
I think it was Chikonde.
Okay.
Because she was a sports girl.
Okay.
She was a sports girl. So I never really looked. I don't
Even in Budo, you didn't have, because you know how Budo really
Passport, transport. Do you remember that?
Even in Budo, there were no body image issues.
You've opened something. You've opened the door.
Yeah.
Remember, I was in Budo for exactly 6 weeks. Remember those days?
Oh, okay.
Our P7 vacation was very long.
Yeah.
We literally were at home for like 4 months. So you had the first term in S1, you were there for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You were hardly there, to be honest. But I was Queen Bee in Budo.
Yeah.
I was literally Queen Bee.
Yeah.
Like I'm one who knew all the boys. The boys came from Caves. I was really cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
So
I
it
could
wasn't
see
a
down
thing.
the road
Yeah.
what was happening to other girls around me. That's why I ran away.
So that I can't
In the beginning, people are unfamiliar. They are just testing.
I told you in
Testing,
S3,
testing,
when you're at
testing.
that age of 15, and they used to call some chick Mubende goat. At 15 and you pass S3, and then they're like, say Mubende goat, how would you handle you? That's so painful.
So I used to see it again when you're in S1. They're not really disturbing you much, but you can see the people they're targeting, the ones they're talking to, and how they two things would happen. Either they become meek and silenced, or they become loud and aggressive, like always on the defensive. And that's when I learned that I am not going to be either. I'm not going to wait around to see on which side I go. I'm leaving this school. It's not for me. That's it. But I was Queen Bee. I was like that chick there that everyone knew. And But for me it was that. But it was not so much that I was self-conscious about it. It's just that I realized that other people so alone. Then but in adulthood it was my boobs, but that one I always knew that I was going to correct. Again I said, if you can do something
what
about
influenced
something.
the boobs issue?
I just didn't like them mostly because of the clothes I liked. I really would rather not wear a bra at any point in my life. That's the truth. And a panty as well.
Me neither.
I'd rather not wear a bra or a panty. I would rather just wear clothes and walk. If we had good roads,
I've never had that thought in my head. Those have always been necessary apparel.
At all times you have them.
From 5, even going to bed.
At 4, you are like, oh, where's my calendar?
That one really again was influenced.
The bra was relevant to the conversation. The panties, she just went to
I know I tried so quick.
I didn't need, in my life, if we didn't have to, why do we need to wear underwear? It's not necessary. Like, what are we doing? Me, I don't. Like, what am I keeping in check? My body it's firm. Nothing shakes. Even if it shook, actually, I would rather that it shook and I just walked. Because what do you need panties for?
It's okay. Let's first continue the point.
Okay.
Because
so again, I came back to the thing of, if it's something about
also
you that you're not happy with, and you can correct, why not? So I worked towards correcting my boobs. Now we are firm and happy and well at a cost.
You're just so anyway. So
nothing else. And I swear to you, if I was not happy with my skin color,
you would change.
I would change that too. Me, I don't see any problem. As long as you can afford to do it, if it's costing money, and you're not happy. And therapy is not talking. Many people say, now you talk to yourself within, affirm yourself, or sometimes there is no degree of affirmation. Your mindset is so fixed in the fact that I don't like that. If you can change it and it is healthy, and you're sure that when you reach the other side, because I tell you, you can go on the other side and still not be happy. But if you're sure you'll go on the other side and be happy, like me, I've never been happier in my life.
Than your boobs.
Than braless.
Than braless chest.
I'm also calling you bra.
Joel, now are you comfortable in your skin as you've grown older? Are you comfortable with how you look?
Because I was very skinny for a long time and I didn't like it.
Should we show the pictures?
You can show them.
Yeah, those ones I think we've even shown before. So we can show again.
But I didn't like it because I don't know, like I felt I was eating a lot, I was trying to play sports, but I just wasn't changing. It's only until I turned 23, 24 that started happening and I felt, okay, now I'm covered. But the weird thing is, when I started going to the gym, like I was like, I'm going to put on muscle. It was guys who would be going, your muscle has come. No woman ever came and said, the body is becoming. So I was like, I'm doing this one. The girls can say, you know, when
it was
lady comes to touch you, you're like, there you go. But guys are always applauding you. Like,
that's
what are you doing
true.
for the triceps? I'm not doing anything. And then when I was at my heaviest, at some point when I went to do a bungee jump in Zambia, I stood on the scale.
Mozambique. You went to do a bungee jump.
You went to do a bungee jump where?
Yeah,
In
Victoria
Zambia.
Falls. That's right. Yes, right. Yeah.
Well, you're the only
Everyone
black,
has something.
the only black person.
Everyone has
who jumped.
something. Everyone has moving something.
The only black person. who
I was the
jumped.
only black person that morning.
Really?
Because when I showed up, I was with an Irish guy, and they were like, you're going to jump? Like, looking at him, I said, I'm going to jump. They're like, you?
Really?
Like, when Africans already have problems, why are you jumping? So I stood on the scale, and he said, you're at the exact weight.
Yeah.
If you're 1 kilo over, you won't be able to jump.
Okay,
there's a weight
restriction.
If I showed you the picture, the problem
There's a
is being
weight.
so tall, like, I can look kawa when I'm heavy.
Yeah.
And I felt like when they were tying, put
Yeah.
like a steel thing.
Yeah.
Then like an extra rope. So even when I was about to jump, I was like, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
Which was awkward for me because I could always eat anything. I could always do whatever, and my body wouldn't change. And now, you have a few chips, and it's like, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for a while. So
But
after
you know,
that,
if I had been told that I'm at the exact weight,
no,
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said
because you're like,
I would be like, eh?
I was ready. I was committing suicide. Like, let's we go. Just finish ourselves. No, but after that, I started saying, okay, what is it that changes in my body? It was like the body fat percentage was not good, and I found I was a stress eater.
Okay.
So when I'm just snacking through the day, because I don't have heavy meals, but I'm just snacking through the day. So I started watching what I'm eating. Like you said, reach your 30s, and I don't like the way I feel. And then I just got tired at like 35 of always waiting to be happy. Like, I'm going to get to this point and I'll be happy. But everyone else is saying, no, you look kawa. But you're kind of, I don't want to really get there. And at some point I would feel I'm so large. Like, I'm sitting amongst people, like you sit in a taxi and you're like this.
Mom, again? You just want to get
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you we're at
You just
Canary
want to get us
Hotel.
more views.
Yeah, we're at Canary Hotel.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. They're hosting us, and they didn't know that we're going to discuss such matters, but I would like you to say that. You can come here for your graduations. They have a nice buffet. You can come and talk about puberty. So thank you very much, Canary Hotel, for hosting us. Back to the topic.
And the chairs are very small.
Oh, the chairs.
Do the thing again.
I see how he's lifting. He's like, this is the only thing I cannot.
We'll try and we do.
Yeah, no sounds. There's no sound. I tell those ones with bands.
Well, now we finished next.
I've
Just
used my
blind,
hand.
yeah,
I've used my hand to demonstrate.
I tell that one they really want to see the one not showing.
No, but the one thing I want to say is, like, I found in the gym that people had weird body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Like, there's this thing about perfection. Like, I'm now going to get myself, I'm going to get the perfect obliques. And then you'd watch,
That's
like,
where you put your obliques.
the obliques. So then you watch the amount of, like, you have to eat chicken breast and broccoli. And then, like, you're constantly watching until you're saying that if I perfect my body, then I'm going to feel good about myself. But I think there's, I get what you're saying in terms of, if you want to change something, you better change it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about where those ideas come from. Because when you're a child, you just, and then at some point,
That's
you kind of
true.
feel like, why? I feel odd. I
Yeah.
want that person's attention. I
Yeah.
want to look like this
That's
kind of
true.
person. But whenever I would get there, it wasn't what I thought it was
Yeah.
supposed to be. Like, I thought, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get girls' attention.
Yeah.
But no, the geeky, skinny boy was the one who was getting there. Even the chubby guy, they were like, how are you?
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah.
good for her.
Yeah.
Don't reduce that.
Teddy bear. Teletubby.
When I was in my Teletubby phase.
Nachagaba.
Nachaga. Was it Nachaga?
Nachagaba.
I think for men, it's less. I think the way out of it is you're like, I'll just make money. I'll have something, and there isn't that much of a stigma. But then it's weird how we project those things onto women. So like say you see a lady who's overweight, and you're like, there's this video on Twitter, which is this lady in a bathing suit, like she's in a thong and what, and she's going to the barbecue and she's going to eat, and she has like a gut, but she's kawa. And we're like, oh my god, how can you? Like, the comments are so mean, but all the comments are just reflecting, like, just because you think if you look like that, you would not be comfortable. And she was very comfortable. I was just thinking, if a person is comfortable, why do you have to make that comment? And like, another thing now, I'm starting to gray. I'm graying quite
Silver fox.
quite a bit. Now, the other day I saw a friend of mine, I was like, hi, like, no, you're old. I said, hey,
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see you too.
Like, please.
There's this weird thing of, I've just seen something, let me
someone
just say
coming
something.
to say that you're old, that person is just is speaking to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Because there's something about themselves they feel bad about, and misery loves company. That's what I'm
when you
realizing.
know when
People
it's
just
happening.
throw out comments like that.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh.
No, you know how Ugandans like, "Hi, go get it."
No one ever comes and says, hey, Nga, you're rich.
Yeah.
Why don't they say that? Nga, you're beautiful.
Yeah. Never.
Others will say, Mama, you're glowing. Mama, you're pregnant. There's always something. You just can't be positive and just leave it there like that. Katinga, you're old is about to work.
No, you're becoming old. Wow, okay, nice.
Tell them, why isn't it wealth? Because also graying shows wealth.
That was the thing I was thinking you were going to mention. Like, there are certain characteristics that I still equate with wealth.
Yeah.
So this is one of the dumbest thoughts I ever had. I remember being in a village somewhere and seeing very heavy people and going, like,
heavy what?
like
The
heavy
belly,
family. The family was all heavy, and I was like, like there was a car.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing
Yeah.
that. Like, I remember someone making a joke of I don't understand fat vegetarians.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean?
Fat vegetarian. Munange, banange, even me, banange, help me.
You don't understand them.
But like,
I see
there's
them, I
several
don't
things that you can
understand
eat that will
them.
get you overweight.
Yeah.
But there's like a part of us that's like,
no,
I'm
but
not.
help me.
No,
Now you've done the
they're eating
research.
a lot
What
of.
is-
I tried to be
Carbs,
plant-based. It's the carbs.
Okay,
Yeah, sometimes because you because a lot of the non-meaty things, you're either doing carbs or you're doing the vegetables, but they're very low. They don't satiate you, right? So you end up you eat a lot of carbs, right? So that's how you when I tried my plant-based life for 2 weeks, I said,
It's like it's not happening.
it's not happening. Yeah, I needed because I just used not to. I used to eat a lot of carbs because of
So wait, when you did the diet thing, did you ever do a radical diet? I've only tried like keto for like 2 weeks, and I felt so unhealthy. Like, I was looking at the stuff I was eating, my body was changing.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not worth
Yeah.
it. It's not worth it for the way I'm feeling. And then the people I saw getting onto it like lost rapidly, and then almost immediately.
Really?
But because you can't sustain it, you can't just be eating fats. And it's like you're having an oily breakfast and oily lunch, like one night you become oil itself.
No, for me, I feel like I've had a very, I wouldn't say typical, I feel like I've had a bigger struggle. I don't want to, because for example, Pumla, you've always been sporty, you've always been, so it wasn't an issue. For me, it wasn't an issue, but then it
was something.
It came, right? It came along the way because I kept, and I think like at uni, I gained a lot of weight, and I told you I was always like bigger, and I knew that that's an issue, but we don't really discuss it because I've so for me it was neither. I've never felt like I'm fake, right? But I've just always felt that those things of dealing in beauty, what, you know, like how if people started discussing rugby. Yeah. Like I think that you don't concern yourself with. So now I was like, Kati, I'm not on that WhatsApp group. Ne come to get other things. Mulete Jesus, mulete. I don't know. As for marriage, I'm like, Tula walitu get Tula walitu get. Then they're like, we are going for where I'm like, see you people. You know, like it was just never. But then I had a turning point in, and so for me the point is it has never really spoken to my identity. My identity has never really been identified by what I look like. I just knew that there were certain things I was not comfortable with because of those experiences. So in 2013, I had a turning point. So I always knew I had tried to lose weight, I hadn't. And then when I went for my master's, I remember I was just in a community. I just remember that I've become like Pumla. You know how Pumla has post and pre. So I remember when I went for me, I did not, I'm never, it's only like in Essex where I was like, man, things are tight. I tried to stab myself, stuff jam, we went back to chips. And after that, I just moved on. Like at campus, I love fries. But now I had never really been like, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to go on a what. I had never really been on that WhatsApp group. When I went for my master's, I just fell into a rhythm. I found a community that, I feel like that is just starting here. But I remember, would go, I'm ready for my breakfast at 9 a.m. No one used to have breakfast. So guys, we just grab a coffee, and then everyone grabs a coffee, and then at 11:30 midday, people are having lunch. And then when they're having lunch, it's always protein and vegetables. And then dinner is at about 5 p.m. And they've either gone to the gym before or they'll go after dinner, and then we sleep. So I also just I just joined that rhythm. And then after like 2 months, I had completely changed. I was like, oh my God.
So
like I had
that picture, can we show it?
And that one you can. and show. No, I had completely.
People who don't like us to be in their trouble. But they just want us to see the product, the glory. After.
No, so I had completely changed. And so now when I began to see the change, now I went on to the extreme. Right? I said, now I can do it.
CrossFit
now I was like, I am going to now I even remember there's a day I was in a mall. When I was even talking about it with a friend of mine yesterday. I was like, I wish I could go back to those days. Yeah. I was hungry. But I was like, no, do you know why? No, I was super hungry, but...
Did you faint?
No, that's what I didn't faint. When they took long to serve.
Never again.
No, but I was super hungry, but I remember saying, no. I had sit through the hunger until you get to, I was really determined, and so I hit my goal weight, what. Then marriage came and really, so that for me I feel like no, I know food wise before I got married I had become so about food, I could not put a chapati in my mouth, I could not, I had really reached that.
That's when I thought
now you have to eat with your husband.
Now I have to eat with my husband, or we have to cook for him. Then I say, Kati, this food that is so sweet.
True.
Let me taste.
How would you be cooking a pork at 6
then I'm like, let me test. So that's how my story changed. But my point was, so it never really defined me, but I feel that as I've grown older, and not because of how I look, because now I put on a bit of weight, and but I feel that it's later in my 30s that for the first time I have gotten to a place where I really love the body that I'm in. Whether I gain weight or I lose weight, I feel that I'm at a point where I want to support my body, right? My attitude has completely changed. So it's not that I want to gain weight, I want to lose weight. It's more that I want to feel good, because sometimes you reach a certain weight and you're just like, I'm feeling so heavy, so I want to, I want to shred that off. But always I have this thing of my body carries me, and so I want to support it. And so these days I feel really good about it, whether
Whether what?
Whether psh or psh. Alan, anything?
She reminded me when we were in the workout, when we were working out, and there are people, and now we're doing those mat exercises, and you're doing those exercises maybe a dumbbell, and then they say lift your thigh. Then someone's like, hey, our coach always says, but it's your thigh.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's your body. It is your thigh. Every part of your body you should be able to support.
Yes.
So as long as you cannot support a body part, there is a problem.
There is a problem.
Somewhere. Either the muscle or the body. That body part is too big for your for the support. So either strengthen the support or make the reduce
to be able to
be supported. No one complain about the thigh. I've not told you to lift my thigh. I've told you to lift yours. You're saying it's hurting.
And I think and I've seen that especially with my friends who have given birth, right? When people their bodies change so much, and someone the work and just accepting who you are and saying, I'm supporting you through these processes.
I want to ask a question.
Please.
I dated someone who at some point had implant, and it changed. Actually, when I met her, the implant was in. When she took it out, I was like,
she lost?
She
lost the weight?
No.
So when she had it in, she blew up.
So
it happens to many.
Then I was like,
it happens to many.
She was more comfortable. You know what, I didn't like the way
it happens to many.
For that. And I was just researching what it is. It's a hormonal
thing. Hormonal,
So I feel like it's underestimated how much the hormones affect what's going on within your body. And I wonder sometimes when we're talking about people, you don't know why that person is looking the way they are, what they're going through. Others, I've known who are going through different treatments, or someone has had something happen with the epigenetics. But I had also a workmate.
Zengamanye only genetics. What is epigenetics?
We shall discuss later.
Educators. What is
epigenetics?
Alan, what is epigenetics? Auntie, these days you know the answers. These days are they told that. Epigenetic.
This lady who had cancer when she was much younger, and so they cut her leg. They amputated her leg. Now they got her prosthetic leg, but the thing they told her is they can only make a leg every 2 years. So when they fit it to your weight. So then the thing for her was, how am I going to manage my weight? Because if I change too much, I'm going to be off. So she would wake up and swim every morning, 4 to 6. Because she's like, my body, I already naturally put on weight quite easily. And we used to see that and be like, but how are you managing this? Is like, listen, I have to do it. So I'm just doing it, and that was her lifestyle. So I was looking at you when you get into the lifestyle, that's it. But I think when you're like, I must change myself, you're trying to get to a target, it's difficult. But first she was like, as long as I'm doing the same thing over and over, I'm kawa. But then there's a day she was sitting and seeing people like pigging out, eating, and she's like, "Oh, I have my body, I can't. It's like my stomach is now like, my body cannot enjoy these things. It's a completely foreign thing to her." But she was telling me about, you never think about like people who are either disabled or differently abled. Like how do you maintain that when you're in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
How do you? I have a cousin who's recently got into a car accident, and they're in a wheelchair for a while.
So the weight
and
is
one of them, like you
on.
can, even the bed sores and things of that nature. Like you just think, oh, take care of yourself. But now the family has to help out. Be like, okay, now let's help you stay fit. So I was thinking about how the people that you're around can actually make you feel like I should just disappear and not be around, versus hey, come along, we're going for a ride, hey, we're going for a walk, or come and go swimming. Because the lady who was, she didn't want to exercise. It was her father who was like, you know what, let's go swimming, because you don't need to walk when you're in the water. And it was just like that love was enough for her to not feel like, okay, I can manage myself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. That's what they were trying to say. So I wanted to just say that point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Alan, anything?
You're about to kill us.
I think my body has changed. Like if I looked at my pictures, I had like small, big, small, big, small, big. But I think it's just realize it right now. I think it was always determined on how my life was at the time. So when I was primary, I was very small at primary, small and short. Because the short, I was, you know those kids who came to school at senior one, and they were like, so you should have stayed. I was one of those ones. So I think I got my growth spurt like in senior 5. Because at senior 5, like I had a job, like I was working and stuff. I could afford to eat things outside the things provided at home, right? So it means you can get yourself an ice cream on the daily, you can go get yourself a Rolex, things like that. So I became, but when I was that, to me, in the back of my head is because I can afford to feed myself, I can buy myself things like that. But then I also had, there was a point where I had 6 packs. Which sounds like a good thing, right?
I believe you.
But you know why? I had them because that's the point when my mom had kicked me out of home. I was staying in the streets somewhere, and now I was not eating. So I got the 6 packs.
Wait, were you super thin with a 6-pack?
Because
we never used to respect those. We don't respect
he had 6 ribs.
Big
Not ribs. They were not packs. They were kuchu.
0 fat.
So I think
6 ribs.
through my senior 6, because that's when I had to like figure out get a job while being at school as well. There I was like very small. Then campus I was small.
Alan, I need to see your CV. You must have 79 jobs. Like experience.
Then I was a teacher, I think, for like 5 years, but I was like, no, that small teacher with like a small waist, cheap with a tie, short sleeves. That was my life for like a long time. But I was only doing that because I couldn't afford to eat the other things. I ought to eat healthy things like that. But then when I started taking this job more seriously, it was bringing in money. And then there's a lot of sitting involved, because you're sitting, you're editing, there's the long hours, you're not sleeping. Also sleep kind of like helps with the weight, and I have like terrible insomnia. I think I sleep only 2 hours a day, or less if it comes. So if I look at my body now, I'm not going to look at it and be like, that's not what I want. I just look at it because of the way my lifestyle is at the moment. But I always thought as long as I can go to the court and play basketball and I'm fine, I'm okay.
Okay. Any final words from anybody about identity and body weight and body image? As you can say, I say body weight goang. It's what's fixed.
For those people who work in offices, one of the things I'm saying is your body is not just the thing carrying your head around. Like literally, we were having a training on like you guys are carrying stress, and I think when they tested us, they found a lot of high levels of cortisol. You're sitting a lot, and you're just used to let me do this, and then your comfort is snacking. So we're actively trying to exercise and move around, and it's so weird because I find it easier when I'm playing sports or doing things like that, but going to the gym has never been like
your thing.
Like I see people like, okay, I'll just do like quick exercises, but it's easier for me to be like, let's go and play touch rugby. Like at least find something to keep your body moving. And I used to hate those people who would write motivational messages of like, let's just get out and move. I was like, okay, that's not going to help. But then when in lockdown, I think I got to my best.
It used to
just walk. Because I'm walking and I was thinking about things, and it wasn't trying to get somewhere. It's just my body and my mind were almost aligned. And at a certain point, you start realizing how many things are actually going on through your nervous system. Like your stomach has its own nervous system and stuff. So like when you're feeling things here, you can go, am I anxious? Am I whatever? And the other one is my neighbor. He used to say, but why are you terrorized by the clock? It says it's 8, now eat.
Yeah.
It says this, but you eat when you're hungry.
Hungry.
But for him, he was so in tune with his body that he knew, oh, I don't want to eat today, and I'm kawa. So just learn your body. It will do things for you.
A full day.
Yeah.
Hey. Woo.
You passed out at...
So they took long to serve.
No, we last had porridge at 8.
They were there. Kasoma Medi, the other MC, was wujaring. He was wujaring.
Wait, did you have a date?
He was like the co-MC.
The co-MC.
Was he in his suit also?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mama Kasmed, Sandy Kigri.
Hey.
He's a dancer.
Who's a dancer?
Kasmed, he used to dance mobile in high school. Kasmed, the co-MC.
Can you please write to us?
Eh?
Yes.
You know Kasmed, yeah.
Kasmed, yes.
Yeah, Kasmed.
He was so cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's how we are
was
you.
something.
Yeah, he would journey with me.
You passed out on him.
He was so cool. Anyway, before, as we wrap up, I just want to inform people that we've been beautifully dressed.
Oh yeah.
As you can see, according to our different images, because they are different. So you see, Primah is wearing a lovely. Now for me, I could never wear this.
You
skirt
can.
because it would be entering inside. This type of skirt needs it is flaring on the outside, so you need that type of body to support.
And you have to wear a what?
And then your waist has to be wasp.
And you have to wear a what?
A bra.
A
And a party as well.
Otherwise,
yeah, knows that thing right here.
Yeah, as my broad shoulders now, you see, we're not hiding anything,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're actually amplifying them. So we're dressed by Arija Fashions.
Yes.
It's on MM Plaza, shop F14. Yeah. So if you
Give
want
her business.
to be dready up, I mean, take your money there.
Yeah.
Well, she
Just
brought us
keep
clothes completely different.
Yeah.
But we're knowing and styling us according to how our appearance, just what would enhance our appearance.
our image.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
our image.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and for me, my message would be on body image, would be for people to learn to separate external validation
Yes.
from internal affirmation.
100%.
When you understand that everything outside you is noise, it's not
we
that,
stand
it
up
is
and
not
clap?
your body that is the problem, right?
Yeah.
It is the lens that you are taught to view your body.
Talk about
that is
it.
the problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're giving power and permission to people around you, the outside world, to tell you what is right and what you should look like
Yeah.
cannot be right.
Yeah.
You should know that. And I want to lie that we all have our internalized standards of
Yes.
beauty. All of
Yes.
us, whether we want to admit it or
Yeah,
not,
or
it
not.
is there.
Yes.
It is there.
Yes.
We shouldn't shame ourselves for it, and we shouldn't project our insecurities onto other people. So for you, you should know that. For me, I always go back to what my mom taught us. How do you feel?
Yes. Yes.
And why do you feel how you feel? Because
Yeah.
sometimes you're not feeling in a nice way because you're not okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're okay, but because someone has said that,
something.
that your nose is Gandhi, and
Yeah.
someone has called you out for having a Gandhi nose.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do about the nose?
Yeah.
It's your nose. Has
Yeah.
anyone said that it's bad? It's not a bad.
It's just a
It's
Gandhi.
just a Gandhi nose. It's just your nose. It's not even a Gandhi nose.
It's your nose.
So just learn to love it
Yeah.
and learn to love the body
Yeah.
that you're in and feel happy and healthy in it.
Yeah.
And be aware of your body features. Something I have learned. Like when
Know
people
your
used to
body.
come to me and tell me you have no bum, you know nyash. I already told that to myself. I knew I
already
didn't have it.
informed.
I'm aware. I'm informed.
Yeah.
So that when someone comes and tells you you're not on the defensive,
Yeah.
you're always feeling attacked, and they might be attacking you, but no one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
100%.
So if somebody comes and tells you that you're looking like that, and many times they're telling you because there's something within them that's not okay, and they want to make you as miserable as they are. Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Don't buy into their
Yeah.
game. You're an individual, you're worthy, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
There are gifts God
God
gave
has
all of
given
us.
you.
God has given us
Yeah.
gifts. People just don't know theirs.
Yeah.
So you find yours and leverage
On that one.
On that one.
Yeah.
Whichever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll eat it soon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a team.
A team and
A team and I'm looking for an eater's name. Okay, so for me,
Yeah, which one is it? I was also looking for
yeah, we shall.
I only know
find you.
men's names. I'm not looking for women's names.
Anyway, we shall find. I feel like
Anena.
Anena is,
think Anena
no,
is-
Anena is
it's
actually,
not,
it's actually, yeah. Okay, so for me, my final thing, actually, as you were talking about it, the lens, right? Many times it's a lens with through which you're looking at yourself, and it's being informed by social media, by TV, by all these things. And so I remember, like I said, I used to think that there's something about my skin color, but I want to tell you that I have been stopped countless times by people telling me you have the most beautiful skin color. So many, like, Banang, I go to countries and at airports, guys are just like, oh my God,
but
your
never
skin
in this
color.
country, it's
Never
always in other countries.
never.
Yeah,
so imagine, it's just the lenses. For them, they are just like, oh my God, what are, you know? And so it's sometimes it's that you say that's noise. And so for me, I find the point is, make sure that you're starting from a good place. The best place to start is to accept and like the body that carries you, right? Accept and like the body that carries you, even as you want to do the work to feel better in it, even as you want to do the work, to do the internal work, to not attach your value to what you look like on the outside. But I feel like the best place to start is always to say, okay, this is what God gave me, this is what I am in, I love it, right? I love it, and then now I can decide, what I'm going to do with it.
So stand in the mirror naked and see yourself. Be like, this is who I am. Jump up and see how much.
Naked.
Is
the key word.
We'll make a cooking video about
of course,
cooking, and you're like, stand in the mirror.
And there's just blurry things everywhere.
Embrace your flower.
Thanks guys for joining us. Alan, did we finish? All right. Thanks guys for joining us on another episode of PPJ-A. See you next time.
When we'll all be 40 years old.
Well,
most of us.
We still have many years. Even though we are accepting
we don't know
where we
how
are.
old Alan is.
Alan said no one knows.
Is Alan below or above the 40?
No one knows.
Even the above or below?
He's around 40-ish.
Thanks,
That's what
guys.
he says.
Yeah. You have to count the rings of his beard.
Also, while we're doing the being kicked out,